Ba. Sasa nimekaa nimesota tena nianza kufikiria juu kudinyana.
Hiyo kitu iko na mpaka sana. Ndio unasema wewe. Cheki umestay na wewe acha ujini. Ikaga some.
Unasota na mbao.
Ilikuwa
an abomination. Cut off your dick.
Uko na stress na mbao.
Unambao nini? Bro, ndika miezi kadhaa before nianze kudinyana.
Tafuta hiyo pesa. So kwa tunapanga njia
Stake.
Dema kama pakeja. The only reason mimi dema kama pakeja ni sticker. Hakuna kitu.
But
So being so imagine ati nakana dem na itarudi Mwaf. Kila saa iko hapa na nimeza maswali. Hey. Yeah. I don't play those games because I have a world to build.
The counter argument to you itakuwa mabuda zetu walikuwa wanapemari. Cheki.
They were losers.
One of those things that they used to do. And saizi wewe mwenyewe umesema men are spending more time with their mothers. So if their fathers were still getting married, then how can we say that marriage makes you less masculine?
You see, marriage has no value anymore. Kitambo ilikuwa na value. It had a purpose beyond just you and your dick. Yeah. Beyond the woman trying to con you into some kind of arrangement,
yes,
where you take care of her for the rest of her days. It was two families coming together where the father wants the son to get married so that he can keep this thing going. And then now the father would select the girl that he wants for the son before the son loses his mind, and then the son now will be given the woman, and they continue this thing that they have, and now he can keep adding to his wives based on how much they have. Beyond that, why are you getting married? Beyond your father wanting you to run his empire for him. Beyond that, why are you as Mwaf getting married? What empire do you have that now you want to get married and bring kids into this world? That is a big empire. No, this thing is, if your dad had no money to make sure that he can sort this problem out for you, then you will never be able to sort it. You can't do it yourself.
Yeah. Because naiangaliaga hivi ni simple. Tunaishi kwa hii society, yes. Na kwa hii society utakurezi mtoi, watu wamereziwa kwa
wanakurezi mtoi bwana.
Azizi. Kuna mtu takaga nini kuacha a part of you. Mimi just believe in life after death. I don't believe in life after death, yes. And nature dictates that niache nini inaitwa DNA yangu iendelee na kuangalia genes for me to spread my
Where are you getting this information?
See, that's nature. The only reason
where are you getting this information?
See, that's just science. The only reason why
it dictates how.
That's the reason why I start getting.
How does a man want to have kids?
See,
don't you think that's madness?
Okay, let's look at it evolutionarily. Sindio? As you grow, unafika adole, sindio? Adole ukifika nini uhappen, unaanza ku attracted to the opposite sex.
Yes.
Na unakuwa attracted to the opposite sex nini? Tu kuzo unataka kuingiza kitu yako ndani ya dem.
Yes.
Na ukiingiza kitu yako ndani ya dem, ndio isemekana umeenjoy imefika mwisho ni njoti. Njoti waga inaleta nini? Watoto. So that's nature.
Yes.
That's nature trying to make sure that we spread gene yako.
Yes.
Yes.
What about you? Because we agree that that's nature. But what about you? You as a person. Nika kama hapa sasa hivi asubuhi nikupate. Niambie I need tea.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with you. It's finding a man saying I need watoi. This is a madness in the head. But because it's not logical for you as a man to need that. But fucking. I'm not taking fucking away, but I want to fuck. Yeah. Nature's way for a man to express himself is in him wanting to fuck and trying to fuck as many people as he can.
Yes.
Now, whatever happens on the other side, that is now their nature. It's not yours. It's their nature.
So according to her, tunafaa hakufai kuwa na watoi ama kunafaa kuaje?
No, ukiona mwanaume akisema anataka watoi ndio he is psychologically disturbed. What is cheesy?
Okay, tuseme mtengeneza hii do yote. Unataka iachie ni achie charity.
Kama saa hii tukiangalia Afrika ni akina nani wanageta watoi? Ni wako na pesa ya kupeana charity.
See,
so let's talk about reality. reality is in Africa, the poorer that you are, the more kids that you have. So Africa, everything upside down.
Unataka mmoja kutoe kwa ngori.
Yeah, because wewe mwenyewe ni useless, ungejitoa. So una expect sasa watu wako wakusaidia. Yeah. But if you look at real strong societies, the grandfathers are the ones who pay for college for the grandchildren. Do you know that? The grandfather, because he has to take away the pressure. Because the grandfather has had a long time. The grandparents have had a long time to make this money. So they've saved money. So when your kids get to that age, your parents are the ones who are supposed to come and say, hey, listen, if they need college money, DOE, because college money is a lot of money. So your wealth needs to go for generations. It just can't stay with you.
Yes.
Your wealth should be enough to bring in other generations. Now, if your dad didn't have that wealth, then your dad was a poor. Poverty was chasing him like a thief in the night.
Yes.
Okay? So what he has done, the only thing that your dad can give you is poverty. He has nothing to give you. So the first thing you must do is disconnect from this loser. Because ukifuata njia yake iko na nini? Iko na poverty. Ya kazi yake ni kudinyana. Hakuna kitu kingine budako ufikiria. Mzee anaishi ziwa nyumba ya 2 bedroom. Akona watu 6. Is that a normal man? No, is that a normal man? Let's be honest. Is that a normal man? Mzee anaishi Ngara, 2 bedroom house akona watu 4. Is that a normal man?
So what are the counter argument you itakuwa ni simple sana. Bila watu kuzaana. Nacheki. Country za come to a standstill. You need kids. Like you need newer generations every time. That's why unachiki place ka Japan saizi kuna population problem. Nacheki. Japan wanaambia watu mkizaa tunawapatia do. Zaaneni tafadhali. That's how important kuzaana hizi. Wewe kutoka kumwaga juu ama bilionea kwa genius. Uko kicheki mse wako Elon Musk. Yule analia watu wazaane, watu wazaani enough. Because na need labor. Acheki. So just because poverty imeku deal that hard. Maybe moja watu yote atajitoa kwa noma. Cheki atajitoa because at some point there's always someone who breaks the generation.
We're not taking that away. But we're also not taking that away from the fact that your dad was a loser.
Yeah.
So let's address the elephants in the room, starting with our mothers. Okay?
So shida yako na madhako wagani?
Hakuna shida niko nayo. But let's address the elephants. The elephants are that our mothers were primed to take out our fathers.
How?
I mean, we've seen it, especially in the Kikuyu community. Hey, my mother said, my Buddha said, the only reason why Buddha will survive Labani will separate. Otherwise, saying I'm kula pamba.
Well, separated. What age?
I think they have been together for 40 years. Imagine separating after 40 years. How long have you been in Europe?
I should 10 years.
Now imagine she waits 30 years and she does it. Cannot be here. Okay, how much age? I don't think you've invested everything, you've done everything, and then she just tells you, get the fuck out.
40 years, yes, you knew go big.
Yeah, 40 years, I think that was my sis had just turned 40. So when they got married, they got her very immediately after that. In fact, when my parents got married, there's a photo. I think I was the one who was in the belay. So there were 2 girls before me, then I was the 3rd guy. And I was the first guy.
So how old by the time my parents separated?
That is something of God.
Yeah. So it doesn't make sense for you to marriage.
No, but I didn't care for their marriage.
But
I was not a child.
At your parents.
I was able to process it. You see, if they had gotten separated when I was young, then I would never have been able to process. But now I'm a grown up. I can see what's happening. Yeah, I'm a grown up. I can see my mom for who she is. I can see my dad for who he is. When you're a child, you don't see those people. But when you mature and you grow up, then you can see your dad for who he really is. You see, when you're growing up, you're thinking your dad is this guy, and you think your mom is this woman. But when you grow up, these are just your normal human beings like you who make mistakes and do everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have to be logical with them. I cannot treat them like father and mother anymore. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same way I would treat you. The same way I treat my children. So I don't allow us to get into the emotional aspect of father and mother, or father and daughter, father and son. No, it's logical. It's this logical request.
Yeah, and Nasema now with the logical request, what comes across is they separated your parents. Alafu wewe mwenyewe yako marriage ka break up after your Buddha.
No, yako iko break up kitambo.
Yeah. So si unacheki sasa, maybe that was an affirmation after yako break, ya Buddha ika break kwa sasa
Because
marriage
at that time, you see, for me, Mwaf, you need to understand, I really wanted to be a family guy. Yeah. So I don't want you to think that I have something against marriage or families or whatever. It's not personal. I waited till I was 17 to lose my virginity. I waited. In fact, at that time, by the time I was losing my virginity, I didn't want to do it because for me, I was saving myself unto marriage. Hey, bro, unganiona bwana. I was a nice guy. Mabizo zangu wanajita na kila mahali, lakini mimi nilikuwa
you're preserving you.
In fact, when we were in camp, we were doing scouting. One day moja, I was so oblivious. I think I was in Form 2. Kwa tembea udema kaniambia, nirudishe kwa camp yetu. So tunatembea hapo Roland camp usiku. 16.
Nyeri.
Hapa town. Kwa Kibe. Dema akachukua, akashika, akanipeleka kwa mti. That was my first kiss. She put me on the tree and she kissed me. It was sloppy and I was like, what the fuck out of here? Oh, this woman is disgusting. Little did I know that I would be the king of that shit. Yeah. So I was, and I'm actually still a proponent of marriage the right way, where the father is one who is involved, both for the boy and for the girl.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Where the father is one who is in charge, like now, arranged marriages. Yeah. I think if we're ever going to, if marriage is ever going to work, it has to be arranged. Where the woman and the man are both leashed. If they are unleashed, the woman is going to destroy you. The man is clueless.
Natakoleta kienyeji fulani.
Nataka Buddha sasa kwa anakuambia ukishafika 18 19 pale, Buddha anakama anakuambia Mwaf. Ndio huyo msichana wako. Mtaanza kuishi pamoja. Na anakuchukua because at that time you and your dad have a relationship over years. Yeah. But without that relationship, without your dad being in charge of who you're going to fuck for the rest of your life, you don't stand a chance.
Hiyo ni yako hiyo. Sasa unataka nileteka kienyeji kutoka Ocha.
Buddha atakuletea based on vile nyinyi mnaishi.
Hata kuletea tika day fulani ka riswa kitakuwa vitika kienyeji cho. So umetolewa huko
kama
kubalance mama zetu to a certain level na kienyeji.
Your dad will get you what your mother is. And if your mother was offside, he might upgrade you a little, but the whole idea of marriage, Mwaf, marriage does not belong to individuals; it belongs to the society. And the individuals took it up for themselves. That's when they fucked it up. That's why kids are growing up in houses like this. Yeah,
houses like
kama haukai, mtu yana grow up kwa haukai aje. Kids don't see outside. Yeah. We're frustrating these kids. These kids are growing up into cycles. Kids are on development issues. They're not growing up. They have so much noise in their heads. Kids were not supposed to grow up around grown-ups. Kids walikuwa ni asubuhi nje. They grow up around other kids, but now kids are growing up around grown-ups, watching grown-up shit on TV, listening to grown-up conversations. How are they going to grow up as kids? So we messed up, and now we have this system that does not make sense. That's why people are meeting today. Now look at someone like Mulamwa. Mulamwa na wade mwake. Mulamwa has made 2 women baby mamas.
Yes.
Tukiwa tunaangalia. How do you think those kids are going to be raised? This woman will be showing that kid, the father on the screen. Ule baba yako, ni nani. How many kids have been told their fathers are dead?
Yeah.
Died in a grisly road accident. Wakitengeneza fika.
Dead, bitch.
Really dead.
Really dead.
They're dead and bitter.
Yeah. So this society that we have right now, Mwaf, doesn't work. So where would come hapo jaribu kueleza tu atoi kibi yako.
Okay, but mimi huangalia hivi. Huangalia life as a personal journey that every human being has to go kivyao. Sindio? You have to take this path by yourself. And this is the reason why sasa mimi huaga nasema kazi yenu siyaelewaki. Because like I can never advise someone on how to live their life. Mimi nilikuwa married at 35. Ulikuwa married at
28.
The first time you were married kwa 20?
I think it was 31.
31. But check it. So see what it was at different points in our lives. So that's how we treat. Like this is an individual journey. Na mimi na individual journey yangu ya 35 stick around. I'm still there after 10 years. Yako where yako second how many years? 7. Yako in last how long?
Cumulatively, I think maybe 5 years.
Yes, you see, I feel like
I should have left within a month.
Why? Endily after mwezi moja.
It just how would I put it? You see what you guys are, nyinyi machizi. Because nyinyi mnatafuta ile kitu mnaishi kwa imagination yenu.
Yeah.
That's why you want kids, you want a wife, because the whole
society,
the whole society. Yes, hata mimi nilikuwa chizi. Yeah, I was mad. I look at my days then, I'm like, oh, the fuck was that guy? Hey, happy guy, kufungua gate, children, wife. Nonsense, that's bullshit. Yeah, because those people who do that are the most pretentious motherfuckers. Who's a liar? It's a life of fakery. Yeah, because nyinyi hakuna watu udinyana kama nyinyi happily married. My Airbnb zote South Beach zimejaa nyinyi saa ngapi? It's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Airbnb leo zimejaa happily married.
Ndio tunakula huko sasa.
Alafu kesho mali stops zako zimejaa tena. Na
tukichujo.
Na chemist mkibai dawa za kaswende.
Na mapitu.
Yeah, so this pretentious life doesn't appeal to me at all.
See, kila try to understand. 1 month nini li happen you can feel like this is not.
So I put this in the book. I wanted it to remain in the book, what I'll tell you about it.
Yes.
So there's this time we went. So when we just got married, at the time I was still in the publishing. So to get that Coast. So there was a teachers' conference in Coast. You know those conferences where they just used to make money for the teachers. So we were like, hey, we have, because when you're in publishing, after some time you accumulate books for many different authors. Because authors are tengeneza vitabu 1,000 achukue 800. Now, so hizo zingine so mbili. So I was so hard at all shit. So we were like, let's take some few books, let's go and sell them in Mombasa. So me and my friend called Dan, we took our wives, happily married. Yeah, we took our nice Voxy, drove to Mombasa, happily married. Tukafika Mombasa, tukafika villa mzuri, happily married. Yeah, so I think I was 1 month into the relationship, into the marriage. So tukafika kwa venue. So tunasongesha vitu nini tuweke display. Nikamwambia Mresh, hebu songesha meza ulete hapa hivi akanisho zi. Nikamsho, what do you mean zi? Naambia demo hizi sasa. Na alipata zi. Hakuniambia hapana, hakuniambia no na kizungu yenyewe ya kizungu yetu ya huko.
Alisema zi.
Nikamsho, what do you mean zi? So now I looked at her because we were in the zone, we were busy fixing shit. Nikamsho, what do you mean zi? Now I stopped everything I was doing. What do you mean zi? Nikamsho zi. Nikamwangalia best yangu nikamsho, I'm done with her. Imagine at that time I was done. Bro, it was so clear in my head.
So
I was 100% done.
That was
I told my buddy,
first fight, like first disagreement.
Yeah. Oh, there were many others after that. Yeah. So that was the first one where I saw her for who she really was. I was like, what do you mean no? I am your husband. I put you in a fucking car all the way from Nairobi to bring you here na kulisha na kuvisha na kufanya kila kitu. Unaniambia no aje. It's not haikuwa a suggestion.
That was the tip of that ilikuwa mzito.
Bro, it doesn't matter. Afadhali ukufe ukisongesha. I was not suggesting it. I am your husband. Move that fucking table from there to here. Now if you cannot do that, then who are you? Who the fuck are you in my life? Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Bro, nilienda nikapigia ule demu nilikuwa nimedump. No, please. Nimewacha na udem. Lakini juu ya chat na gani. Chat kaniambia hapana na Kibe.
Ndoa ni kuvumiliana.
And that time we still had to stay in the coast for another 2 or 3 days.
So hakuna kudinyana.
So sasa lazima tulale kwa bed moja na tufanye sasa rasa iko hapo my guy. Ninakwambia as long as uko na mtu kwa keja hauwezi wacha kuwa pioni. So hata wewe Mwaf, ila ni hiyo. Hauwezi utakuwa unajaribu kutoka. unaguzishwa rasa, una cheese,
Unatokwa.
piuni.
Unatokwa.
Yeah, so
Okay, wacha tu rewind kidogo tuende kwa church. Church ulipata gaji mpaka ukakaa mkokoka, tukonaga that infamous yako ile waga inanipa mama. Umepatia Yesu maisha.
Lifting up holy hands.
Yeah.
Holy hands.
Hapo ulikuwa umepeleka watu before
Church
the Lord.
ulipata
Lakini unajua kwanza tunawaambia hiyo ya church kwa piuni. Now when I think about it, nilikuwa nimejientangle na wasi wa ucha na wasi wa ghetto. Conmen ukamkukona watu kwa church. Because for me, when I got into church, I was actually believing that church was everything.
Yeah.
I believed in the prayers that I was praying.
Yeah.
When you look at that photo, bro, holy hands.
I know.
I believed it. Ulikuwa macho because najua God anaweza come anytime.
But in that position.
Vile aliingia Mary. God was come to enter me. You can go to enter, go enter.
What was happening there? It was what type of function?
That's rubbish. Wewe mwambie hizo vitu za church zote ni uongo.
Zi,
Uongo hakuna holy hands. Just emotional people there in church, all crying because of all the problems and all the abortions that they've done. But there's nothing happening. There's no spirituality at all. At all. Bro, I'm putting out to everybody who's in the world. Show me spirituality. Show me. What do you say is spirituality? Ni uongo. Ni watu wanalia tu wakikumbuka. Oh, boyfriend wangu ameniacha, unaona Holy Spirit ameingia huyo.
Tunatry kurewind tu nini because kuna history kwa nimecheki. Story ilikuwa ni ulipeleka kwa Bible school for 3 months. So hii Bible school ilikuwa hapa Kenya.
Ilikuwa hapa Kenya.
Wapi?
Place inaitwa Kabete.
Kabete Bible school.
Hiyo si ndo niliambia Jagero juzi.
Oh, okay. So after Bible school ndio kabaki umeishia India for 1 year, sio?
Nikaenda India for 9 months.
Oh, ni 9 months.
9 months, yes.
Alafu sasa ukarudi sasa ndio ukajoin Burale mkaanza chacha.
Hapana. Na umekimbia mbali sana.
Hizi nataka unipeleke step try.
Kama unataka story ya Burale, itisha story ya Burale. Usikam through the back door. Sema nataka story ya Burale ni gani? Where does Burale check in? The conversation.
Where does it clock?
Yeah.
Wenda Burale mkiwa pamoja mlikuwa Burale. Fucking ni lakini. Kuna do zile zinaitwa mani kuna do zile image.
No, but you know, the funny thing is that event never took place.
Image ya
Hill Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never took place.
Hakuna mtu alipaitiko.
Hata moja. Kuuza tiko ni hard.
Najua.
Uliza Raptor.
Nice.
Lakini pia nyewe hamkuwa serious. Mbona charge 8500?
But ni charge more.
Asi hii time unajua uko akili.
Na hiyo time unajua kwanza nilikuwa nimeimagine watu watalipa. I knew I've never not been confident in everything I've done.
Yes.
I was sure that people were going to come and listen to me and Burale. You know the
Kama mlikuwa Burale baki.
Lakini Burale anajulikana kwa deki kubwa. Bro. Umse tena naye F3. Unajua F3?
Yeah.
Ilikuwa ni F1, ilikuwa ni F1.
Kulikuwa na F1 na F2.
Ya petrol station.
Hiyo ni F1.
Ni F1.
Yes.
Tulienda hapo mimi, yeye, msimu mwingine anaitwa OJ. OJ yuko Germany siku hizi. Na OJ ni kadinya ile unaiona.
Yeah.
Mbaya. So OJ ametoka, I don't know whether OJ ametoka state 2 au ametoka state 2. Amekam, so tuende out. So mimi yeye na OJ tukaenda out. Tukiwa pale poko fulani akama. Poko amekata trawa hapa. Okay, akoma acha slate. Unajua nyinyi happily married amjuangi kutoka hizo. So poko kikam based on kama kupenda anachukua mkono yako anapitisha wapi?
Na nywele.
So ukipita mkono anasikia tofauti una. Very nice, very nice. Na ule wakifanya hivyo pia anashika nini? Anashika mboo. So akakaa mimi nilikuwa nimekaa chini akashika yangu. Akanipatia mkono nikaguza nikasema very nice. Nikaenjoy. Akaenda kwa OJ akafanya the same thing na akashika mboo ya OJ. Akasema very nice. Alishika linga. Siona demo amekondoa macho kondo hivi. Bra. Can I touch it? Hey, what is she doing? What is this, my guy? So we've had a lot of experiences with that guy.
So ilikuwa kabla mjoin church?
Okay, church in juicy. Church was just a small part of our lives. Yeah. The other part is only just bigger.
Ulimit kwani? How old?
Just after high school.
Yeah.
Every morning we would have breakfast together when people are going to college and shit. Every morning.
Neighbors.
Asikumbuki vile tulikutana. I think it was through my buddy OJ. But that was in 1995. No, 1994. Yeah, that's when I came from Bible school. So every morning, when you're going somewhere, on line up na kachini, listen to a unique cafe.
Yeah.
Unique cafe kwa pale town. So tunakaa chini mimi yeye uje sasa tunangoja mademo wa USIU kwa anachukua bubu yao hapo. Ngoja mademo wa USIU akuje na kuna academic cafe tunatoka nje na kacha. It was very good times. Hapo ndo tukajua sasa nani ndio nani.
Yeah.
But yeah, he became pastor.
Yeah. Also mliishi tu maisha uhuni before
mob sana. Yeah.
Amkiamua kuokoka haikuwa like
haikuwa ati tumeamua. It was everybody was doing their own thing. So for me, mine kuokoka ilikuwa matter of communication ya. Oh. Nyongo ni kwa mbele hivi. Pastor Moridi wa House of Grace.
Oh.
Moridi. So every Sunday, so niko na hangi labda na I'm eating one of somebody's girlfriend.
Yes.
Alafu mother anapiga simu. Kanisa. So for some time you guys actually got to me. I was like, ama acha niende tu nione vile kitu iko. So when I started going, eventually I was like, you know what? Let me try this thing.
Yes.
It was as simple as that. I stopped drinking. I stopped going out.
Oh, stop drinking.
Yeah. I stopped fucking unnecessarily. Okay, no, I tried to stop fucking.
Yeah. Your church bado kuna pepetana tu.
Every now and then. But I felt guilty about it. Yeah. At least when I get to heaven, God anajua my heart was not in it. My dick was there, but my heart was
dick was in it.
Yeah.
So nani brother shekwa teka story yake na nini vile ili happening because nini anadai alikuwa anadai hiyo kitu juu alafu best yake akasema
wacha mwambie wacha nitetee Burale leo. Burale hajaidi nyamtu hataki kudinyo. Ndio tu hivyo.
Yeah.
So hata ulinwa sheria ya kuna dinyo. So kati ya watu wa yule na dinyana wewe shida yako nini?
Dem alidai msema.
Sasa hizi ni hard to ban too. It's hard to ban.
So according to bado likanyaga.
Sasa wewe mimi nimekuambia deki size yake inakaaje. Over the years tumekuwa na omse. Mademu wote wana screen hiyo deki. Wote bro hakuna dem hata moja abonge juu ya deki ya Burale. So kama uniambia alikugonga, ulilipia deki.
Oh, damn.
Umeelewa? You is a pair. Yeah. You paid for it.
Yeah, the gigolo,
my guy.
Oh, so even then you go have a nigga.
I know.
Yeah, that's neat. But kila bado na try kui. So when do you let chat before Burale? So when do you?
No, I think Burale got there before me. Burale got there before me.
Yeah.
Burale got there way before me. Burale alioneo hustle mapema akakimbilia. Yeah.
Oh.
Mimi sikuiona kama hustle, mimi niliingia hapo kazi zuzu. Ningeona kama hustle by now ndio bado tuko huko. Pastor Nganga would have nothing on me like that.
Yeah.
In fact, if things ever get really bad, I'll become a pastor.
And
you guys will forgive me for all this shit that I've ever said,
including
this video.
Bosa magapa tu kila siku naambiaga watu kuzuzuri kila mtu niambiaga siku moja one day you shall praise his name alafu nipatie hiyo choice.
No, they tell you to go to church.
Yeah, that one day nitaokoka because unajua mimi kwangu na church Yesu kwangu na uanga ni fairy tale. So
you don't believe in that shit?
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Yeah, so naambiaga watu like so but everyone will always tell you one day you shall see his work alafu wewe ndio ataka sasa. Nisitaka kama hapo ni wanyoroshe mnipatie free money every Sunday. Chekile do ya sita.
Bro.
Yeah. Like hii sita mevalue
after tax.
When things go any ujipata kwa ground zero hapo ndio unafanya church. the church of Mwaf.
Yeah.
Habakkuk Ministries.
Yes. Itakuwa pale.
But I kill I.
Yeah. Itakuwa pale na nini? Oh. So and commit Raila. Kaka hiyo picha yako na Raila please.
Oh, Raila is such a fresh guy by the way.
Everyone mwenye meet waga.
Yeah.
I've met him twice. Yeah, so the first time I met him was when we were doing the book launch for Alan Wanga. I told you I was a publisher.
Alan Wanga what? The football.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Published his book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Published his book. So then, at the time, Raila was the prime minister, and we were looking for someone who's going to
Launch the
book. And we're like, who should we go for? Should we go for Kibaki? So we sent a letter to Kibaki. He never replied in time.
Yes.
We sent a letter to Raila's office. They told us Raila is available. He's going to come. Then as soon as they sent us that letter, the Kibaki people called us. They're like, hey, we can't say no to Baba.
Yes.
So Baba came to the event. Oh, he was so nicely tipsy. So we had a very good conversation. I doubt he would remember me, but yes. The next time I met him was in Bondo.
Yeah. Okay. Komenda Bondo. Yeah. Kudu.
Tulienda na Jimmy Wanjigi. Jimmy Wanjigi told me, let's go to Bondo. There's a fundraising there. We go on a helicopter route. We met Raila. Raila is sitting there saying how he feels for his country people.
Kwani?
I mean, vile watu wamesota nini.
Yeah.
So nikakaa hapo. Nikaangalia nje kwa parking. Parking iko na helicopter 4 and 26 V8s. And he feels for his 4 helicopters.
That's what it takes.
And 26 V8s. And he feels for his people. And that's why this is a true Pan-Africanist. Statesman kabisa.
Also mko na Jimmy hivyo. Mlikuwa tight hivyo.
No, that was the first time we met. So Jimmy and I have tried to do things together. Yeah, but I think he's too. Unaweza semaje? Jimmy also alizaliwa na doa kwa lazy. Jimmy can easily be president of this country. But he's so fucking lazy. So yana ngoja everything in drop kwa lap yake. Akona ile syndrome ya spoiled kid syndrome. When everybody else is fighting him, is going wait until you pick him. Pick me because I have the skills. Show us in the playground. So yes, I tried. We tried to do something together. We've never really done it.
Oh, so, but that was that time.
But every now and then we touched each other.
Oh, but you boka.
But nothing very important.
So he saw this other side of you. Was Sibai time mnaenda kumit Raila sio kwa the Kibe wa side.
It was a kiss.
Oh, you going to your kiss, huh?
Yeah. Oh. So even then I met I told you. I met Raila's daughter. What's her name?
Winnie.
Oh, she was so pissed off at me. Yo, what are you doing here? Yes, I'm not being invited by you. Why are we having? Who are you? We're discussing. So that was that.
Oh, okay.
I believe someone like Jimmy Wanjigi, if it was not just for that character flaw of his, he'd probably make the greatest president we ever saw.
No, he feels for us.
Oh, he does?
Yes, Mr. Rambe, he feels for our country.
No, this is a guy who made Tika. You know that?
It was the...
Tika was his idea.
Yeah.
SGR was his idea. Just think about how transformative those two ideas are.
Kusia SGR tunasemekana galichezwa ndio akajam.
Lakini Tika alipewa yote mzima.
Oh.
Yote mzima kuiplan kila kitu. That was his baby. You need people on that level.
Na hiyo model imekuwa adopted even in hizi mabarabara za county.
Yeah,
Thika. They make it part of the bypass.
Imagine what that Tika did for you in the hotel, all the way to Murano. So these are the people we need.
I hope he listens.
Okay. So after Ganuta will be first, religion or politics?
I think politics is a better game. Because politics is not emotional.
Yes.
Religion is very emotional. But politics politics you can play. Yeah. I think what we're doing right now, even for you, Mwaf, you need to consider that the angle for politics is just the next thing to upende usipende. Because once you get the popularity, make that popularity work for you.
Yeah.
Think about how easy it was for someone like KJ to get in parliament.
Na KJ is na choma.
But think about how easy it was for someone like Jalas to get in there. Erika Amondi is going to get in there. Any of these guys, if they try, they have a very good chance of getting in there. Yeah, so I think it's just the next thing. That's what we had.
Oh, Eric, shaipatana. Because naona watu mmoja Erika.
Erika ni msenge. Msenge stupid sana. Why did he say that? Let me hate your time. You see, for me, when I talk about you, Mwaf, or anybody else for that matter, I talk about things that are out in the public domain.
Yes.
I don't go beyond that. Beyond that, that is your business.
Yeah.
So what is in the public domain that Erika Amondi was saying? Yeah, they create narrative you know, Forest Gap. So I found that to be very weak.
Also hakuna kama madhara kote kalikuwa. Yenyewe kuzimetuambia tu jia.
Umesikia story ya madhara hapa mahali.
Yenyewe hakukuwa na madhara yote.
By now sikuwa na picha hata moja. Imagine nimekaa miaka ngapi huko. Hakuna picha hata moja. Kibe na mama mzungu. Hata Judith.
Hao wanaitwa Judith kuzia kwa nikisikia story tunakamaza kama commentate. Tuatileta una do show kusuko ni after. Kusuko ni after kanaenda round.
Yeah, that guy is appealing. Nilimdharau hiyo siku bana. So mimi dharau watu fanya tukaa hizo. Because there's so much to do. Why lie?
But tunaanza kwa nini walikuwa na hit back? Kuzipia kwa rasa pia kwa gahaga. Uko naamka tu na go at someone. So of course they have to hit back. You understand? It's again, you hit me, I hit you.
Yeah, so I agree. You can do whatever you want in your life. I just don't think you as a man lying is something you should just be so comfortable. Because if you lie, imagine this guy came up with a script. It was all a lie.
See,
just think about that for a second. This guy sat there, called all the cameras, and he lied about something he has no clue about. Sat there and lied. No evidence, nothing. And lied. What is that?
Maybe he was making jokes. It was a joke to him.
I want you to put that clip here. Okay? Tell your editor to put that clip here. You see the conviction and the way they did it. It was all curated for them to push that lie. That clip is on the internet. You can find it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kibe na mama. Because nakumbuka. Alafu sasa ukiwa Texas hiyo na mwancho umeamka asubuhi and you find it trending.
I can't remember those times.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the time, even when I got kicked out of YouTube, niliamka nikapata 80 missed calls.
Yeah.
Iko Yugi had called me I don't know how many times.
Oh.
Yeah, so the timing there is a bit different.
Alafu pia nasikia kati wakikikivo they don't even pay you that last payment.
They paid me everything.
Oh, they paid you. Okay. Yeah. The best nindulo you pata kwa kwa how much the best check?
16, 17.
Oh, perfect. Euros. Oh, okay. Damn, that's a good money. So I understand kwa nini yote alikuwa anasema protect the income ukatikuchia jo.
But you understand. But again wewe unatoka kutoka point ya usoti.
Yeah, nimesota jo unajua.
So if you move away from that then because otherwise if they're coming for you there's nothing that you have said or that you can say to stop them from coming.
Yes.
If they've decided it is you.
Yes, najua hiyo. So
there's no protect the income. There's burn down the whole fucking building with everybody inside it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what Trump has done. Aliingia hivi akasema huyu watoke waishie. Yeah. So we need people who are strong enough. And that's why I was very pissed off at you, Mwaf. I was like, you are on this side. How dare you think that there's something that I've done? Because you on this side. Hata wewe kokoto kwa nini ndaka ngapi?
Najuaga hiyo.
It's just one person who hates you, or maybe your wife one day akasirika na wewe aenda wafanya feminism meeting. Your girlfriend, a jam. One person somewhere just doesn't like you, and they sit, and it's not a logical meeting. It is a meeting to take you out.
It's a destructive one.
It's very destructive.
Najua kuna hiyo that certain level.
But I also don't see it as a bad thing, because I would never have come back to Kenya. For me, it was a very beautiful thing, because now Kenya opens up. At the time when I was making the money, Kenya didn't make sense to me. There was no reason to come back, not even for the kids. I would have continued making that money and doing what I'm doing and living on that level, and that would have been fine. But I had to come to Kenya. So for me, I look at it like a direction. Because sometimes we are so obstinate, you don't see what you need to do next. So for me, I know maybe it is rationalizing it.
Yeah.
But also, I've seen the benefit of also me coming here.
Okay. So, alafu kuna kitu watu misunderstand. I don't know kama unajuaga. Naona watu wengi wakisema Kibe alikuwa na make more kwa US. Unaweza you understand that had nothing to do with
the location matters nothing.
Yes, because kuna sasa alikuwa anasema hivyo naambia.
Because hakuna job wanajua nilikuwa nafanya huko. There's no job that people know that I was doing in the US apart from being on YouTube. So how do you know whether I'm making money or not?
Yeah. So what
So YouTube money is YouTube money, wherever you are.
I matter because Siako, I'm assuming it was still coming to Kenyan account.
Yes, it was still a Kenyan YouTube account.
Yes, it was still a Kenyan.
So I had to have a Kenyan account, Kenyan bank account. So everything was happening over here.
Yeah.
Only that my content, I'm doing it there, and I didn't need to leave the studio.
Yes. Okay. And sasa nini? Tukikuja tu kitabu kwa nini uliamua kuandika kitabu?
There's a lot that needs to be said, especially by me.
Yeah.
I have seen some of the transformations that have been made by our young men around the world, by some of the things that I've said, by some of the shows that I've done. I can see the transformations. They are all over my inbox telling me, thank you, I did this, I did that. You know, it was something so stupid that I said, but it changed somebody's life. There's a guy in Kentucky who one day sent me $300. He told me, Kibe, you know what, I was struggling with this, and I made that decision after I listened to you.
Yes.
But I was struggling with that decision. So I've seen those many transformations over time. And now when I was kicked out of YouTube and now all these things that happened, I'm like, you know what? It's time to put this in a book.
Yes.
As simple as that. I've been a publisher for many years. It's time to put this in a book. And there's no other better time to write a book than now.
Yeah.
Now all the tools are there. So like if I take a whole 2 months and sit on this motherfucker, or however long it takes, just to write the book. So that's what I did. And I put all my ideas there, all my, not all, but, so I'm calling it the Kibe 28 Commandments. I looked at Moses and I said his 10 puny commandments were not enough. We need another 18 to command. I have 28 reasons to why. 28 commandments if you want to live a good life. 28
weeks of unapologetic masculinity.
That is the masterclass.
So you ni unapologetic. How? Can you give me a few examples? Because nitapatia an example moja nilicheck majuzi ya Amerix and I found it to be funny. So Amerix alikuwa amesema challenge anafaa kuname mtoi na dem akiinsist on kuname mtoi, then you should ask for a DNA test. And I felt like that's a very feminine trait because it's insecurity. Why are you so insecure that you want a DNA test because of Gina? Like, kama alikuwa nagongwa, nachiki. Whether name mtoi, because I also don't want to name another nigga's kid. Like, kama nafikiria mtoi wangu, inafaa kuwa ni mtoi wangu.
So dem akikataa kuname mtoi jina yako, what do you do?
Okay, it's never even crossed my mind. It's one of those things.
Just follow that thought, because you're already saying Amerix is feminine. So
I find it feminine to react with. I wanted the DNA test. I find it to be.
So what do you do when the chick says no?
I don't know what I do, but I've not asked for a DNA.
Follow through, because Amerix has told you what you would do.
Yes.
What would you do?
what would I do if they might insist? It depends with the name. Is it a name that I can live with? If it's a name I can live with, I can live with it.
The woman has said no to your bullshit. She said, I am going to name the kid.
Yes.
To hell with you. So what do you do next?
You can threaten about financial support. You can always threaten.
This is your wife.
Yes.
She said no to you naming the kid. What do you do next?
So I don't think I'd ever find myself in that situation.
Okay, so now Amerix is saying that if you find yourself in that situation,
I always look at it this way. Women who feed off energy yako. Kuna tema nonaga ira ya inide heshima. Ndio na feel ni kama ukifika level unavyojua mtoi udema kuheshimu. So you should not even be there. Machiki. Unafaa kuna ile design as a man. Kuna hizi vitu na lead. So since na lead, this just comes natural.
So if ever it happens, the woman says no to you, you walk away. Because you shouldn't be there in the first place. That's what they say. So if she says no to you, you walk away.
Haitafika hata time ya mtoi, tukotushaachana before because there'll be signs.
So let's assume there are no signs. This is the first sign. So this is it. Either you name the baby or she's gone.
I don't think it would get there. That's why I think it's such
stop assuming.
Such a hypothetical situation.
You brought it up
as a man.
You brought it up,
yes,
and you are castigating Amerix for taking a position.
Yes, for taking.
But you don't have a position.
For taking a very feminine.
But you don't have a position.
My position is.
It will never happen to you. It has never happened to me, and I've never taken time to think about it.
Yes.
But Amerix has. Yeah. So why don't you take time to think about it and give us
I'm not insecure. That comes from insecurity, and this level of insecurity.
But it's never happened to you.
It's the feminine energy.
It's never happened to you.
Skiza. Feminine energy, you're cheating on me. It's a very feminine thing to assume someone is cheating on you.
Also, women are the ones who are supposed to think that men are cheating on them.
Yes.
Men should never think like that.
That a woman is cheating. Kishajua naenda, hakunaga forgiveness. You can't come.
So who dem ukimwambia mtu huyu ataitwa Mwaf Junior aseme zi nataka kumuita after my uncle, my late uncle Chimeshero.
Yeah. But I guess if you up.
That's very feminine.
Why? My word is supreme. My word is supreme. Me, that's what I'm saying. Like I find it to be very insecure that tunaagi mpaka juu ya jina. Inaonyesha there is no respect. And to me respect inakuwaga, it's something that mimi just sijai kuwa na dem dramatic. Sijiko shako na dem dramatic. Sijai kuwa na dem dramatic because me muputigio energy. I don't tolerate bullshit. There's a way you act around me. I respect madem kabisa nini, but hizo jinga za sijui utakusharusha ma plates kwa floor, utani slap, that's out of the question. So maybe you need ujaka yangu.
So what if she does?
What if she does? Yeah. You nispia mwisho. Me, you don't bring any fucking
drama. Then why are you blaming Amerix? Amerix is saying, my position is, if this bitch, first things first, if she cannot allow me to name the kid, then it means there's a problem here. Next logical thing is find out if the kid is mine. And again, remember you're living in a society where you can't just fucking walk away.
Okay, so skiza, if you find out the kid is yours,
yeah, then you walk away and raise the kid from a distance.
Yes, and the kid will still have the name that the kid was given.
Whatever happens after that now is you will disconnect.
Yes, but
we are saying at that point that relationship doesn't make any sense. As long as this woman is defying you, the relationship cannot make any sense. Yeah. She cannot instruct you, but you can instruct her. Now, whenever you instruct her and she says no to you, then that is a dead relationship.
But to ask for a DNA test because mekosana jina is to be insecure mpaka unafikiria ulikuwa na dinyiwa.
She insecure, bro, it's logic. What mean insecure? Why is she refusing to? Why would she say no to my name being on the child? Why is she giving that? Why is she?
Jina yako itakuwa bado. The last name will be there.
Kama utakuna mtu unaweza kuwa na mtu after babake.
The last name will be there.
If my tradition allows me to name my kid, and you as my woman have refused me to name my kid, then you cannot be my woman. That cannot be my child.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But to ask for a DNA test is to be insecure, and this is what Mimi.
No, this is just procedure.
This is what Mwaf shida na nyinyi as masculinity coaches. I always feel like you live in a very insecure world where, for example, kuna kimoja usemaga dema nafaa kwa hao tukienda kwa ofisi ya dini. You say it in different words, but you say it around that, and to me that's a certain level of insecurity. Like hawezi ishi game yangu anadinywa pale. Like, it's too insecure.
Do you think the
akidinywa akwende like Musa magaidi.
Do you think the Muslims are insecure?
Yeah.
The Muslims.
No. Yes. There's a very high level of insecurity.
So
utafanya hii part tutaitoa zinaenda country yao. So edit make sure umetoa hii part tutaiweka baadaye nikisharudi Kenya. But yes, there's a certain level of insecurity that comes with for your woman having to hide her face. I know it's culture, but it's too much.
Why are you having an opinion before you interrogate the reasons behind it?
Okay. Kwa nini dem anafaa kunini? Ushaangalia dem sura uka stay ukasikia sana.
Hata vidole, hata macho.
Yeah. So
mimi doesn't do anything. So you see, it's not an issue. So why do you think they do what they do?
Kuna a lot of insecurity. And that's why
it's insecurity.
Yes. Ushachikigele ile part ya nini? Ati wase wengi wale wingia kwa hizi ma porn sites kwa Warabuni. That's number one. Wase wengi wale wingia kwa porn sites za uhomo ni Warabuni. Unajua kwa nini? Because they needed sex so much. Wamepatia so much power that it does not have.
Do you know who's the biggest customer for OnlyFans?
And as well as kama Warabu.
Married.
Yes, yeah, I know that. Okay,
that
makes sense.
So nyinyi mkibonga wasisikizangu because ile tunasema ni nonsense.
Okay, sir.
So every time a married man talks, it's his woman talking through him. He's a puppet. So hizo vitu tunaniambia saa hizo zote ni nonsense because you have never been on this other side to see how things operate. Yeah, if a woman defies you, how can she be your woman? The Muslims know this. They have protected themselves against bullshit because me atakuna kazi. You expect me to think about what my wife is doing in the house? No, I create systems that protect me against that nonsense. Okay. So now the Muslims have created, that's why their marriages are still the last to survive. This is going to say to freedom. As they survive, but the house not survive. They're the last ones. They still have the lowest divorce rate.
That's because of religion.
Bro, whatever it is that you've decided, as long as you guys are number one when it comes to divorce, then we give you your heshima. Their system works better than ours.
Yeah.
Simple. So mtoi, dema kitaka kwenda kwa duka. Lazima aende na mtu. Haiziende peke yake. Why? Why do you think they do that?
Insecurity.
No! They know who they're dealing with.
It's not efficient.
They know who they're dealing with. It has worked all these years. It's still working for them today.
So nataka demu yako akiishia shop aende na mtu?
Kijana.
Yeah.
Kijana lazima kama anaambia udema ameangalia nani na nani na nini na nani because we don't trust them. These ones are the ones we don't trust.
Okay.
Shida si.
Akuje kijana akikwambia ameangalia Johansson na akaangalia Kiari, what do you do next?
Sasa ndio udema fai kwenda kwa duka.
Sana kupaki kwa hao.
Kupaki kwa keja.
So unaona kwa nini na associating masculinity, coaching and insecurity? That's a very insecure life.
But it depends on what you're building.
That's very insecure.
I mean, are you going to have a ranch that has no fence with prized bulls in there? Zitembe tu bali zinataka because ziko insecure. Put everything in lock and key. That's why we have doors.
Yes.
Yeah. So how am I just going to? This is my bitch, and I'm going to allow her to be whatever she wants to be? No, she's my bitch. She's going to behave like my bitch. Whoever it is I decide, she's my bitch. This is my woman. I decide what happens with her. Now, if she's not my woman, I have no power over her. Yeah, but if she's my woman, then everything she does is me. She's raising my kids. Whatever she does in that house is me. She makes a mistake, it is me to fix it. Now, she's either my woman or she's not.
Yeah.
Simple.
Okay.
Yeah. So if she doesn't toe the line, then I can protect you.
What I'm going to say, I respect the fact that you've embraced your insecurity and you're living with it. Because to me, that's insecurity. Maybe
if you're comfortable,
on the other side, mimi ni zile raya waga zinabili mtu. Sigongewa. Na nikigongewa inakuwa unforgivable. Unacheki? Like hakuna space ya
so umesema ugonge wangu.
So waganisha put the law inakuwa ni sawa. Wewe umekubaliwa kudujinga yote out here in this world, lakini jo kucheat, that's where to draw the line. So I don't even need to think about it because nisha lay down the law. Nisha isamaga that hii kwangu ni unforgivable. So since tushaibonga, one is enda place yote nitakwenda. Wewe fanya hivi, fanya vile. Yeah, I'm good. I'll sleep. I won't even worry that you're out there kichiti. Because it does not even cross my mind. Why? Because I don't need the woman. I want the woman. There's a very big difference between needing someone and wanting someone. Because when you need someone, you know that you get a chance violence. Because akikuacha, utaniachaje na nilikupeleka chuo, utaniachaje, unatake now it turns violent because you need them. You should never need anyone.
Are you staying with your woman?
Yes.
In the same house?
Yes, so is she.
And so what is all this you're saying?
You see, but you want a job.
What are you saying?
You want a job.
Mtu wako lazima uprotect, upende usipende, whether you like it or not, mtu wako lazima uprotect. Ataka anaenda job, lazima uprotect. You cannot allow your person to do what they want in your own house. The rules are yours, not hers. Okay. So today we decide I need a job. What happens?
You don't want to jig up on my side.
No. Just flow with me. Forget the logic. Let's assume we're all stupid.
I think tunachana.
Ukidecide leo, mama nani, decide kutoka leo, your job yako make sense. Come and stay in the home and raise my kids.
Yeah, tunachana. I think tunaweza achana.
Because she doesn't listen.
Not because she doesn't listen, because it would be unreasonable on my side. I would have changed so much. Because from day one.
No, bro, it doesn't matter. You know, Iko Nini labda umepewa deal ya 100 million.
Of course you anaacha. Gani ndo kama hiyo anaacha. Hata yeye hata hizi kwa ni story.
Inaweza kuwa. So for you, your relationship is based on what you provide for her.
Not, but.
So right now you're unable to provide for her. That's why she has to work.
I can still provide, but
no, you cannot tell her to stop working because you cannot assure her that what she's getting from that man she can get from you.
Yeah, to some level, that's fair.
That's true. So that's what you are. That's where you are right now. She's not your woman. She belongs to you and the person she works for. So mnagawana hiyo energy. Upende usipende. That's the truth. Because them atoka asubuhi na
sasa tugawani kingono. Because ngono
unajuaje?
Because najua.
Aje.
Because ni mimi.
Them atoka home asubuhi 6 anarudi home 7 at night. Eh. Na analipwa.
Yes.
Na mugawani?
Yes.
Anafanya kazi gani?
Kazi hapo tuwezi ingia. Ukiona kitu moja fanya
mimi. Nimemiss waseka kuna msanii anaitwa Dizo kaa wewe tu. Kiburi. Stai. Aligongewa tu hivyo tu the same way you're talking.
Na aliforgive.
Did he forgive? Wamewachana.
Yeah, because as long as najonga the cardinal sin. If there's anyone with candle knowledge, there's no going back. So kuna kuagana hizo.
Yeah, so
that's the energy that you have to put out there. But ukiputi energy yenyu ya insecurity, ukienda nje utagongwa, ukienda it looks ni kama
ni kama saa ukienda. Ni kama nenda. Ushaenda bia?
Yeah, nishaenda bia.
Kuna skydiving bia, ndio kufanya skydiving. Ndege.
Nazoga how much?
I don't know. Maybe 15, 20 G's or something like that.
Because my fear of heights then nataka kuidu because nani alituambia alifanyaga Savara. Walipiga kaka sauti sola think what.
Wakaruka kutoka ndege.
Yeah,
walini jina vile Petero deny Jesus. So ukienda kuruka tu hivi umza anaruka kwambia you know there's a 51% chance you might not land.
Hata 2%.
51%.
Hata 2%.
As a stats news naongea. Mwaf me I'm brainless. Mimi sifanya akili. Mimi kazi yangu ni kuongea zile vitu ziko huko nje. So mimi stats tu.
Na stats
zangu. So stats zangu zinasemaje? Hadi mwenyewe wanagongwa. Nyinyi mmebeba kaswende na kizonono. Maristopes Kenya today we were to get rid of marriages, then we would get rid of Maristopes, Airbnbs, 90% of the clubs.
Yes.
And clinics. Because of zile magonjwa mmebeba.
So but wacha tuongeje 28 weeks of masculinity. So apart from
your story imekudunga.
Apart from insecurity, what else?
Your story imekudunga.
Haitanidunga because sikuwa insecure. You know, like one of the things nakuwa na a certain level of self-confidence that self-confidence has never been an issue for me. So that's why sifiligi need
Are you ever going to get married like to another woman?
I don't think so, because I'm niko happy pale niko sahihi. If things change, but so far I don't see So ni signs za vitu kuchange cause bado unisikiza.
Bado unisikiza.
Na anisikizagi juu ati na mthreat na kama kina hiyo energy and threats. Kwa tu mimi mtu nimetulia tu.
No, but who's talking about threats? When you
Nyinyi ndio kama
so when you are you looking at the relationship?
Nyinyi ndio
so your threats imetoka wapi?
Si nyinyi mnakuwa insecure.
So your threats imetoka wapi mwana?
Dema kienda nje. Sikiza. Dema kienda nje mnakopa mnagongea.
Akina nani? Mimi nimekwambiaje? Talk to me. I am here as Andrew Kibe. Nimekwambia hivi and please don't get it wrong.
Yes.
Nimesema the start say the mwako kutoka kwa keja every morning anaenda kufanya mwanaume mwingine kazi, chances are high atadinywa huko. Either na mwanaume ama wao wanaume wako nao hapo kando yake.
Yes.
These are the stats. This is not me.
Which percentage is this? Same percentage.
Yeah. They even have in categories. Unasema nurses are number 1. So they make akiwa nurse ndio ana dinyo ile inaonekana akiwa hostess akiwa in the service industry akiwa anauza insurance. So hizo ziko, you can just look it up. Yeah.
Insurance anauza pia sehemu yake.
So anauza kila kitu.
I don't know the percentages.
So these are the stats. Na dema kutoka kwa hao. That's why the Muslims are very careful. Wakasema dema kutoka kwa hao stoke peke yake. Atokaje peke yake because madem hawezangi kujicontrol kama wanaume.
Okay.
And you see, for men, even our control is almost unnecessary because women are not chasing us down. But when we imagine any day, umetoka Kayole, mse wako jana mmekula mayai 3. Unatembea kwa bus stop, mtu asimamisha gari hata kama ni ka VW Passat.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So you know just tunabonga je escaping poverty. So
poor, yeah.
Kutoka kwa so it's like escaping poverty. Wacha tubonge je journey into manhood. So
yes.
Of course not everything. I don't want everything, but like which we may explore which topics because Musumaga like one of your best quotes kwangu ilikuwa ile hapo ya nini umembao na umesota. To me that's one very funny thing and apart from being funny for when you are much older that makes more sense because unakuwa zile za right now na focus on money. I don't need ngono iko kwa priorities. Unaelewa? So hiyo ni quote moja ile waga nimeheshimu kabisa. Pia another thing kupatia credit na pia naweza kupatia flowers hapa. So ushinda kwa nini Sudu post a lot of videos ni juu yako. Wewe ndio ulituonyesha how to make this thing work the way it's supposed to work. So kulikuwa kana pia ile yako ya no breaks. When you nyanya you see I'll be here. Unacheki. So pia si tukachekio that mantra of working. So we might disagree on definitions of masculinity and what, but we agree on how to make things work. And giving things 100%.
You know, the thing about it is, this book,
I
have 28 commandments in there. So I'm doing
so nataka kupatia a few of the commandments.
So I'm doing, I'm doing a 28-week masterclass.
Yes.
Okay. So I came up in 2021. I came up with 28 things that I thought were hot at the time. So like if I was to go and stand in front of people. What are things that zinanisumbua? So nikaziandika, became up 28 at the time.
Yes.
So a few months back, I picked up those 28. And I said, can I go further and create, extrapolate now what I meant with these 28? Like now things like, I've explored, what did you say just now?
Finance, work ethic, finance. Umesota no.
Yeah, like now, that one I put it as a bigger topic and I said, watu wengi sana mnachukulia sex kwa kitu kubwa. Sex is not a big deal. Yeah, you don't need to get married because of sex. You need to have sex at whatever level you're in. Ndio isikupige pressure.
Yes.
Because sometimes you want to have sex. So you need to have sex at a level. So watu wengine sasa labda mko level ya kula mamboja. So mbona unakimbilia because ukitoka kwa level yako hapo ndio sasa hata finances zako zinaanza kustrain, zinaanza kustruggle. So for me it's very important that men understand who they are first, they understand themselves, and they also put a check on these impulses. You're not just walking around like a horny bastard. Kama mbuzi tu inakidinya na kila mahali.
Yes.
So keep check on that. So that's one of the topics. There's a topic where I said your mama is not your girlfriend. Your mom made her mistakes. Your mom, if she raised you, many of these men that I talk to these days are coming from single parent homes. Mother. So your mom is not your girlfriend. She'll never be your girlfriend. You'll never impregnate her. You'll never sleep with her in the same bed. You'll never be whatever it is she needs from a man. You are a son, and that's it. Beyond you being a son, your mom does not exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, why do they need to be reminded that?
Because many of them are still hanging on to mama's titties. If you're hanging on to mama's titties, the problem with that is you are unable to mature. So we have a group of men who are unable to mature, and they are so emotional and so dangerous. So they've not matured beyond not needing mama anymore. If you remember when us guys were growing up, I don't know whether you remember, but for us,
yes,
after some age, you could not be seen walking around with mama, hanging around with mama, doing what mama. Bro, the boys would shame you out of it. The older boys would beat you. The old men would castigate you. They'll be like, oh, what are you doing there? It was shameful for a man to do those things that women are doing because we were growing very differently.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, because of being in this modern society, that shame doesn't exist anymore. So now we have boys growing up not knowing what they're supposed to be. We have girls growing up not seeing how women are supposed to respond to men. So we have a very confused society. So the boys don't know what to do. They don't even know how to talk to women. Their confidence is low. They don't think they're adequate. So just a small tweaks here and there for this boy, for him to know that it's okay. Here, don't make this mistake. Tweak here, tweak here, tweak here, tweak here. 28 times. So I've used my own examples.
Yes.
Yes. So 28 commandments, Kibe has 28 commandments. All the things I've learned in my 49 years of existence.
Okay. That makes sense. I think when it comes to the emotional side, the example mpatiana, hii jina ulianzaje kutumia jina Kendothia? Like how did you get that? Because
you're going to the emotional part.
The coincidence is there is this one Kendothia. Nakumbuka ifala ilitoka na ilikuwa ni shoka, atika alitoka nayo akaenda nayo mpaka LD Dedisha Dev. Kwa sababu unaweza shikanisha vitu mbili umesema. Unaweza shikanisha hiyo story ya finance where unadinya mtu kwa above your level, alafu pia kwa emotional. Kwa sababu usemaga hakuna vile utatoka na shoka at some point fika na kuru nyonga. Kisha nyonga kama bado unataka kuendelea na hii shoka. Utaona kuzungumza maga pia mimi huwa advocate for kunyonga. Because post not clarity. Utarudi kule utaacha ujinga utarudi. So I don't understand the upside kwa emotional. Umsali toka na shoka alikuwa too emotional.
Have you found out who raised him?
I still find out.
You see, we need to go because those are things that we can now start to deal with. Yeah, most of the people who do the school shootings in America, normally raised by women.
Yeah, hata kuna ufala alitumia gani ama zake majuzi. Check Florida.
So the boy has not been equipped to learn how to deal with his emotions from a woman. Because the boy cannot deal with emotions the way a woman deals with them. He's too dangerous. He's too strong for him to be like a woman in dealing with his emotions. That's why when the boy starts dealing with men, akianza hii softy, tunaitoa haraka, hii ni upuzi, usifanye hii mbele yetu tena. So next time your mind is rewired. So there needs a rewiring of the mind to rewire you to know this is bullshit, this is bullshit, this is bullshit. Right? So that's what I've done in my book. 28 ways of rewiring your mind. Because many of these things we don't know. I came to learn them when I'm in my 40s.
Origins of the name cannot be. How did that come up? Was it?
Some people were making fun of it. One of my exes, my sisters were making fun of it. They were laughing. They were talking about Oja. So in Oja, to say, Kwani, who do you think I am? You think I am Kenobi? You think I am Kenobi? Kenobi was some ridiculous guy in the hood. They always used to make a lot of mistakes. So when I heard that, I was like, that sounds good. I'll use it one day.
Oh, okay.
So Kinodi, what I use it for Kinodi is somebody who's clueless.
Yes.
Because ilikuwa
ni two.
Puniers.
Ilikuwa ni two Kinodias. Kuna Kinodi mmoja ukakaa dem, ukakaa dem, unajua. Alafu kulikuwa na Kinodi mwingine pia alichukua nini yake enda mpaka. Sasa alikuwa mjinga sana. Kwa sababu maga
imagine mwanaume utoke hapa ufike tao na shoka aje. At some point, logic lazima itakuwa imekikin. Yeah, because the consequences that are going to follow you are many. But women can live in the imagination. A woman can live here and go to America and boil water and burn you. You as a man, by the time unafika Dubai, utakuwa shit. Some logic is going to try and kick in. unless you have the nature of the woman in your head. If you go to committee today, probably, these are stats.
Yes.
Go to committee today, the people who are there, if not raised by a single mother, it is because they had a problem with the wife or the girlfriend. That's why they are there. Do you know that?
Okay.
Fanya research kidogo Mwaf. Tembe hizi.
Hizo za raised by mother, hizo naweza sema ni states naweza expect hiyo statistics. Kenya nafikiria tu nile ujinga. Mimi nikijam hiyo ujinga tunakuwa encourage sana. Especially tuna hiding behind tribes like Meru na Wakisii nasemekana kati ya kijamo hizi rudi nyuma. Hizo ujinga, and it's not a tribal thing. It's just
kama sisi Wakikuyu, we've had a single mother for a very long time, and weak fathers for a very long time. So we are struggling with this issue. So I don't think it's because probably you didn't see it, but in our, like now for me, out of four women or 5 women, my aunties, 2 of them or 3 of them didn't have husbands. They didn't have husbands, and this is I'm talking about in the 70s. Through the 80s, through the 90s.
But in
any family tu moja tu.
But it's the same society that you want, because you don't believe in marriage. So
no, please don't put words in my mouth. I said I don't believe in marriage as is. I think marriage needs to go back to the place where it belongs to the society. For these people who are chasing dick and chasing pussy, then marriage cannot work. What you guys are doing is just raising psychos and prostitutes.
So you, in your ideal situation, what would take you back to marriage?
I don't see the need for it anymore. Because of what am I getting from marriage that I need right now? I import even from Kilifi, everywhere. Why would I restrict myself to being in the same house with one woman for the rest of my life? What's wrong with me? Uko na resources, uko na pesa, uko na akili na uko na mpaka na vibe.
Because kuna story nyingi mko mnapiga hapa kabla tuanze show. Chuka ni story ni I found it to be super interesting. Hiyo story yako ya microwave. Hiyo sasa hiyo si kuishi. Hiyo sasa ni drama mingi.
Microwave.
Ulikuwa unasema kuna demo alikuwa nafikiri una record na microwave.
Have you had only one woman in your life?
See?
That's a story kupatia. Hiyo story ilikuwa fit sana.
Now
just throwing it out there like that, you know, like, come on.
See, sir.
Same man is the story. Your story is what fit, sir. This chick.
What is story? Eliminate the patakio katikati. I found it.
I don't know your story. Zuri pole in less than a minute. So this chick alikuwa ni Kuro.
Kuro.
Alikuwa ni Kuro. Alikuwa ni Kuro wazungu. Huko Lamu. Huko kuna wa Italiano. So she used to call me papi. Sasa mimi ndio nilikuwa kazi yangu ni kuwakelea tu deki. It was the gigolo.
Oh, ni Latina.
She's pure black, very nice body, but she has learned the psychology of the Italian tourist. So the papi this, papi that, and she was very expensive. Kwa kama amejivaa vizuri, lingerie vitu kama hizo. Very sexy woman. Siku moja kama kwa Kenya, nilikuwa naishi place hapo Lang'ata, opposite garden, inaitwa Tubi. In the Tubi.
Yeah.
Kama amevaa trench coat. Huko ndani amevaa hizi lingerie. Lingeri. Umeshikilia nini hivi kuna straps hapo. Najua hujaona hata kujifanya. Ndipo akakaa akasema hi papi, I'm here, akatoa jako akasema Mungu wangu leo ni leo. Leo ni leo. So tuko hapo she changed. She was wearing my vest. Those days I used to wear vests. I had just come from marriage. I'm happily married to wear a vest.
Yeah.
So nilikuwa na vest hapo, kaenda kachukua vest, amevaa vest na sasa inaonyesha tu nipples, vest yangu yakam. Dema go almost dead. Vest yangu yakam, tukapiga shtundo. Tukapiga shtundo fiti. Vest yangu akaona troopers akanisho, utanipatia, nikamwambia toka kwa nyumba yangu saa hii umbo haya. Nikamfukuza, nikazima light, nikajaza pepete. Unajua mimi napenda kupepeteana kwa kiti. Kwa bed ni azae. So nilikuwa nakuuliza hii studio hamjai. You need to put somebody here hapa kwanza na yona. I don't know, I'm recording a mic, I'm speaking to the mic. So I used to have a red light when I was recording my shows at the time. So it was very bright. So I put it up from there. So it was somewhere there, and the microwave was there. The fridge was there, and the microwave was on top of the fridge, but they were in the same line. So the light, you cannot see it, but you can see the microwave.
Oh, so it's an open kitchen.
So it's an open house. It's our so kitchen iko pale. So unaona kitchen, open kitchen, open house, open everything.
Yes.
So nikasema lights, niko na TV maduo. Inaitwa TLC ama TLC? Hiyo. Ilikuwa baa ingine kali, ilikuwa bro. Wanapepeteana huko ndani. Dema kona, so TV iko on, microwave iko pale. So nimeweka cushion mbili pale chini, sasa napepetea kitu miguzi kwa hapo. Dema kona hizo lights, na hizo lights unaziko na numbers. The microwave 0.00 whatever. Nilisikia anasema, "You recording me?" Nikajua, "Bas." He said this in collapse. Yep, akasema hawezi kaa kwa hiyo even 1 second.
Alitoka.
Akatoka mbio mpaka kwa wochi. Ule jamaa record.
Ali hapa kiwanda rende.
Ndede. Hapo best yangu mwingine alikuwa anaishi hapo downstairs. Akaona nika nyama imejitoa. Nikaanza kusikia akiongea naye. Na angalia best nini? Mtu ndale hapa.
Sitaki kurekodi.
Alafu asubuhi wewe unatoka bro, this chick was fine. And she has a vest. You're seeing her ass, you're seeing the side boob. Every time when she moves, you can see the nipple. Yeah, so you collapse out. You see her kind of. So Udem akawacha simu, akawacha kila kitu. She had gotten so paranoid. So the next day is when Zanika Tumaniza was like, but that's the last time I saw my papi.
So mpaka leo ajui ilikuwa microwave.
No, we talked the next day. She was laughing. So saying, "Oh, papi, unajua karibu hata nishikwe na mapolisi. Papi, so hiyo ningenipatia haikuwa mzuri." You know, we talked, but I was like, "No, paranoia is too much for me." I never saw again.
Yeah.
So it was a simple story. I don't know why you were trying to make it sound like.
As is, mimi kwa fikiri happen majuzi.
That was when I'd left my marriage in 2016. Oh, I had some 2 bitches. So I used to call one Kasandi and the other one was Kasandi too. So this one was Kasandi too. Slim and nice, everything is in place, like fucking hell. God has been good to me. So whoever it is you worship, who do you worship? Oh, they have been good to me. Those gods, they have been beautiful.
Yeah, alafu of course kitu kingine pia tuna need ku address ni story yako na Poina. Ulichekwa that I took back my steps. Steps zangu nilizitake back ndio nilisikia si yani. Mimi nilikuwa nafikiria alienda reach out to wewe. Kumbe si yani, it was all third party.
Oh, you thought she's the one who had reached out to me?
Yes. So since alikuwa reach out, unajua like reach out akijua who she's dealing with. Then kakwa story na she did reach out, she didn't even want.
But what was the problem? I thought that show was quite
yeah, it was
why did you and what's this other idiot on X, what's his name? Ombachi.
Yes.
That is Indian Tropas. Why did you guys have a problem with it?
I didn't have a problem with it.
Because at the beginning you were very cool about it. You said I didn't see anything wrong with it. And then you came back to kiss her ass. I mean, what was that about?
It was more of now after Kwangua, like she was forced into it. I was like, okay.
She was forced into it?
Yes, allegedly she was forced into it. She didn't want to do the show. That's why nataka
your video, allegedly she was forced into it. Who's ever forced into anything? What are you talking about?
Si watu wameandikwa kazi. Kwa umeandikwa kazi, kuna choice.
Toka!
Alikuwa anasema ameandikwa kazi.
Bas, sasa fanya kazi or shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Simple. Nobody's being forced to do anything. What kind of thinking is that, Mwaf? Forced, a grown up in Kenya. Forced to do something and kuna cameras, na lights. Angesema Kibe sitafanya na Kibe. Na hii mkutano imekwisha.
Yeah.
So if she was forced into it, that is on her.
But ukigonga pia una notice kuna zile of course wewe ni kutaka mimi. So unaelewa kuna time ulikuwa narusha ana deflect baya na ulikuwa na insist.
Demi Nkora, acheni kutetea madema kwa 18 please. Mwaf is very disgusting. This over 18 hao kuna body count mob kuliko. Wewe hapo unajifanya ati unajua wewe ni buda. Gava imesema 18 plus 1. Hakuna ubuda hapa. Tafadhali. 18 plus 1.
18 plus 1.
Your ID ikiwa hot pale Huduma Center. You're going to see me rolling around in my S5. Fifth. Umepata ID? Umepata. Hello. Gatini, Gava has agreed. Why are we playing games, my guy? Boyna is what? She's 23.
Also 26, I think.
Bro, by the time my mom was 24, she had 4 kids. Please.
So,
unatetea mtu hataki kujitetea.
Nani S5 type what? Nafikiri iko states.
I got states. Now I'm planning to get one here. So far we've just been rolling in his S400.
Yeah, John.
Are you getting a card? What if you ever get a chance, man? You guys get a card. School utaacha kuwa na poverty mentality.
Niambie Johnny.
School utaacha tu. Alafu sasa uembrace sasa pesa. Wacha kwa mse wa Islands.
But I think ni poverty na kutraumatizing. Unajua ulikuwa unafanya hivi kio kwa
unaangalia Volvo. Sisi unajua
things you are used to, man.
Sisi ndio tulete. Kuna TV, fridge na turntable.
First time
maji ilikuwa kwa keja, choo ilikuwa kwa keja.
Unajua kuna pesa yangu kwa tunaenda kucheza na fridge yako.
Maji hatujai tumia maji communal water. Ati hapo nje watu wana
kwa nini umekula moto na budako? Budako alipatia ka soft life fulani hicho.
Asiakula moto nayo.
Asikusikia hapo shuba that was beautiful. Unishasikia kwa
but I'm not angry at anybody. But I can see it now. See people do interact na yeye. Mzee I'm puny. There's a time because rooftop alinipigia simu. At that time he thought he still had control over me. Nimesikia now in Kikuyu. A friend of mine has told me you're saying some very crazy shit on the rooftop. I told him fuck off. I send you money. I'm doing whatever I need to do to survive. Wewe na kutumia do. Unanipigia makelele kama nani? Usikuja hapa na hiyo. I'm not that your child anymore. So I'm not your son for you to talk to me like I'm your son. I'm a fucking grown up. Have some respect when you come to talk to me. No matter who you are, hata ukiwa madhangu. Kama unaongeleza kama mwanaume, usikuja kuniongeleza kama mtoi. I know what I'm doing. Na nikidedi zimededi. Wewe ni mali yako gani nimekula?
Hakuna mali yako dako.
Umsote. Ana kakiro. But I love him very much. I love him in all his puniness.
Mnakoga watu wangapi familia?
One. My elder sister passed on. My eldest sister passed on.
Mko watano?
Tulikuwa wanne, now we are 3.
You're 3.
I don't know whether we are. Labda wengine wamedate na sisi.
After you kuna boy ama kuna?
I'm the only boy, so I don't keep in touch with them.
Oh, damn. So ulikuwa mademo wanne boy mmoja?
Mademo 3 boy mmoja.
Mademo 3 boy mmoja.
Yeah, so we are 4 of us.
Si lakini soma sita yako wamekula moto na wewe hicho.
Bye. How many hit? Because I went in a different direction. I was supposed to be that nice guy who would have taken care of my family. The world had a different plan for me.
Okay. But now, the few people who misunderstand message yako ya kudina watu wengi. Unaweza kuwa na nini gani? Because unajua kuna watu utakusikiza, alafu utafikiria ila yeye ataishughulikia watoto. But sasa hata ukipatia ile story yako ya airport, wewe sema vile ulikuwa na 450, ukatuma 3 Soho, alafu kabaki na 120. Check. That means taking care of the kids. So, unaanza kuna raya zikisikiaga, you might take it as a joke, but also it's literally. You don't need to take care of mtoi. Wacha mtoi learn the hard way.
You see, the problem with us thinking is that then you're putting too much power in the hands of the woman. Yeah, because the women can now take your love for your kids and use it against you. So we have seen that a lot of times.
Yes.
So the woman takes your love, because men are the ones who love. Love emanates from the man. So she sees that you like your son or your daughter and you like them very much and you want to do things. Because she wants to hurt you, she can use that against you. So for me, I'm telling guys, you should be willing to walk away even from your own kids. Yeah. This fighting in the courtrooms, it's bullshit. You should be willing to walk away. You have sperms, you have millions of sperm. You can make other kids. Fuck these kids. I know it sounds harsh, but many of us are in trouble because we cannot say fuck those kids. So this woman is going to put you through hell because of this social conditioning. social engineering, that you have to love your kids to death. I can love my kids from a distance. I can love them even without talking to them. I can love them without ever seeing them again for the rest of their lives.
When you love God.
Yeah. Just like God loves you. God amekupenda na kuacha udinyo huku mpaka na baba. So the thing is this, as a man you must say no to manipulation. Did you ever watch a movie called The Usual Suspects?
Yeah. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled is convincing the devil that he did.
Okay,
the one that he did exist. Yes.
Do you remember the one thing that he did?
Kaiser Soze
with his family? And he went home and he found that these guys had put guns to his family. They had put guns to his people. Kaiser Soze himself said, fuck you and you and you. He killed his own people. Said, I will take the power. You cannot take the power away from me. I'm going to make your trauma nyuma umbwa. Akawatoi na wife. Akasema, mimi nimechukulia watu. I have done what? I made a mistake as a gangster. And I got into the family way. It's a big mistake.
Yes.
Some of you are players. You get into the family way. Big mistake. Some of you are not supposed to be with women. Big mistake. Get into the game of women. So you should be strong enough to say kwaheri to anything, anytime.
Lakini sasa now the counter argument is wewe mwenyewe kusoma kwaheri tu watoto. Kumaanisha umekubali.
No, I'm just giving you an example. Niko na watu wengine hata sikulikana. Wale unajua tu na wawili. And this is because it's the latest relationship. But I have many other kids out there I don't give a shit about. But so you don't hold me to only these two kids that keep on my pen.
If they reach out to you,
oh bro,
welcome.
Kama sahi tuko hapa na Mwaf, and you've had all this shit I've said about you. I'm actually a pretty decent fellow. If these kids were to reach out, you'd probably have a bagger. Then I send them back to their mother. Never contact me again. Yeah, because what is this you're looking for?
See, they're looking for.
It's done. It's done. I'm not that guy. Yeah.
But our society were broken marriage.
Our video. So these are the results of broken. I mean, all of them are results of broken relationships.
But married. So, but church, from church to this. So, Burale,
I don't know anything about Burale. I see his rise. He has been very lucky. He's made a lot of strides.
No, and now listen, like from nowadays, new born gata.
No, we don't. Why?
Because nataka kujua like how
like it's different. Yeah, like your life you're con. Me, nimechukua life ya straight and narrow. Sasa, how are we these two? Because I cannot hang out with pastors.
It's bad for business.
Yeah, it's bad for business. Because for me, I have to say what I have to say. In church, you can't. So these two are incompatible.
Because open sana kumwagatia the fact that the church is the biggest convent, and they sell this ish kabisa. But now the question would be like, what's the difference between each time mnafanya na brale with the power of self-image na saizi kudu masculinity? Like, is there a difference according to you?
No, there's no difference. It's all the same thing. It's all just empowerment.
Yeah.
It's all empowerment. We've had a big problem for a long time. So I think this is just a culmination of all that. So it's 28 ways to win. So there's no difference between what we're doing then and what I'm doing now. Only that I would say I'm more exposed, probably wiser, and I have better ways of presenting issues.
Okay. Alafu pia ukiwa state tuliendaga very right-wing podcast. And in the podcast, I think one of the things I used to get from you, maybe indirectly, I don't know, memory yangu messed up, was I felt like you think Black Americans have a victim mentality. I don't know if I put it in the right words.
Yeah, they do. It's ridiculous. Nika watu wa ghetto hapa Kenya. It's very few people utapata hawana victim mentality because it's preached. That's why the politicians are able to go there and give them 200 bob or 300 bob. Because the only thing they'll push to them is the victimhood. Accept the victimhood. That's it. Hey, hamna nini. Wait. Do you know the cost of unga? Do you know?
Unga maybe 160.
I will check it. It doesn't matter to you. So when that guy stands there and says unga imepanda, you're like, Hey, man, like you don't know, you don't care. Do you? Wewe ukitaka ugali itakuwa hapo kwa meza. Unga ikiwa so mbili, so tatu, it doesn't matter, unataka ugali itakuwa kwa meza. So we are very pretentious. Extremely pretentious. But things matter and they don't. Yeah. So I don't even know where I was going with that point, but I felt it in what doing.
As it comes from Black Americans.
Black Americans are victims. What are now? Right now they're still crying for reparations.
See, I think kuna dem fulani chiki alipatiana example for Black American girl. She gave a very good example. Alikuwa anabonga juu ya kama ukicheza Monopoly na mtu for 400 years. Si ndio? Nacheza Monopoly. Yes. Alafu for this 400 years, for 350 years hakukubalia win chochote. Ilikuwa kila kitu una do, any wealth that umemake kwa hii Monopoly unampatia for free. Si ndio? Alafu eventually akakwambia sawa, unaweza kucheza peke yako. Haiko ni for 250 years. So after 250 years akakwambia for anything, so unaweza jitengenezea nini yako peke yako. Then ulianza kufanya peke yako, akakuja ka destroy. So akapatia an example ya Tulsa, unajua Tulsa Oklahoma na Rosewood. So Tulsa ilikuwa inajulikana kama the Black Wall Street, sio? Ilikuwa attacked, ikakuwa razed to the floor. Alafu Rosewood pia a very successful nini brought to the floor. And then akaendelea kukuharas. Then around maybe 50 years ago akakwambia sawa, unaweza cheza hii Monopoly peke yako, but usimake mistake yoyote. Usitapeleka jela, tukifikiria wewe ni threat tutakupiga risasi, nini yako like how is that fair? Do you see why wanakuaga angry? Because unajua ukienda as a ukienda as an immigrant and umetoka a shithole country, you'll appreciate everything plus the injustice. But if you are born there,
where is there more police brutality? In America or in Africa? Let's forget about Africa, Kenya.
But yetu inakuwa seasonal to a certain level.
Yes, let's answer the question. Where is there more police brutality? In Kenya or in Africa? You've traveled to America.
Yes.
How many Kenyans?
With America, I'm more afraid.
How many Kenyans who have ever traveled to America have been killed because of police brutality? So if, let's say, since the beginning of Kenyans going to America, let's say we've gone about
maybe since the 60s.
Maybe since the 60s, your time airlift program. Let's assume maybe 5 million. So it's 5 million a good number.
Tumekuwa submissive as fuck.
But is 5 million a good number?
Wale wakinashenda huko, maybe a million.
No, a million is California. A million is California.
Yeah.
So let's say 5 million. 5 million Kenyans have been to the US to study, to do whatever, everything, since 1965, including Barack Obama's father. How many of them have reported police brutality?
And this is what I'll tell you. My counter argument to that would be attitude towards Africans. We are very submissive.
How many? It's not a counter argument. It's just a question.
Yes.
How many of them out of 5 million? So we can take a percentage.
Yes.
Out of 5 million have reported police brutality. Either they were shot by the police or false arrest, whatever. Any police brutality out of the 5 million who've gone. What do you think the percentage could be?
Less than 1%.
1%. If 10% is 500,000, 1% would be 50,000.
Okay. Yeah, less than that. Maybe even less than 0.0.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
But it's not the same with the blacks.
Why is it not the same? It's their country. So they'll work with more swagger than Sisi.
So in the same country, the same more. Black person has no incident of police brutality, while the other one has incidents of police brutality. And they're the same black person living in the same area. What does that say about those people? Same black person is indistinguishable. If you're in America, they cannot tell where you come from.
A few of us want that, but I understand.
There is no time they can tell whether you're, unless umedress ka, ata ukidress aje, ata ukika homeless. A black person is a black American until you open your mouth. But the incidents of police brutality are way, in fact, they don't exist Mimi nikiwa huko for hiyo miaka yote sijaisimamishwa na karao.
Ulikuwa unaendesha S550?
Nimeendesha gari mob, si S550 peke yake. Gari mob, the best possible cars. Nimeendesha mpaka bus in America. Sijaisimamishwa na karao. I don't know how watu wanasimamishwa na karao. George hajaisimamishwa na karao. Hatujua amefanya kitu ya ujinga. So okay, if you are stupid,
tutoe police brutality. Tuende kwa systemic racism. Yes.
Does it affect like people like Oprah and Jay-Z or Tyler Perry? Am I just in the ghetto?
Art. Let's not talk about art. Let's talk about now
like sports.
Normal day-to-day life. Yes, not sports, not art. Normal day-to-day life.
Like where?
Where getting a loan becomes harder.
Like where?
Getting a loan as a black person harder.
Where are you saying?
Anywhere in the US. Black people got a loan. Number one.
You sound
so ignorant.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's harder to get a loan.
This is
please. But only blacks only got PPP loans. You know the blacks had more PPP loans than anybody else.
Start mortgage or PPP, like mortgages. Mortgage. Like mortgage rates for black.
You're a very exposed person.
Yes.
Yes. When you say exposed, America is all about credit. They don't care your skin color. It's all about credit. Is your credit good or bad?
Yes.
It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter who you're fucking or who's fucking you. Is your credit good or bad? Bro, that's all they look at. They never even have to meet you.
Okay.
It's all about credit.
Yes, Jakarta.
Don't Google for me because you are the same people who write this shit on Google. I have been there and I'm saying I don't see what you're talking about. Okay, what are you going to tell me?
Yeah, hapa ilikuwa tu Google. Na hii AI overview. The AI overview is about black borrowers often face challenges securing favorable mortgage rates compared to their white counterparts.
Why?
Even when accounting for credit scores and other loan characteristics. Even when accounting for credit scores.
Who has written that?
Study by the National Association of Realtors found that 20% of mortgages for black borrowers in 2022 had rates exceeding 6% compared to 21% for Hispanic borrowers. So black people are gonna at higher rates. It's the color of your skin.
No.
It's simple.
No, it's the rate of default.
What's the rate of
It's the rate of default. The higher the rate of default, the higher you're going to pay in premiums.
So
same way if you have an old car, you pay more for insurance. But
if you have a high credit score, it means I don't default.
So if you have a high credit score, there's no bank in America, no credit institution can deny you credit. That's their business. Wow, what are you talking about? You know what a credit score means?
Yes, Najua. It
what does it mean?
The world to you.
What does it mean?
It means that
a credit score means consistency.
Credit, yes.
Consistency means that you borrowed here, you borrowed here, you borrowed here, and you paid back. So they can trust you with more and more and more and more. The majority of the black people cannot be trusted to pay back. They don't pay back. They're still on food stamps. So these are not people you can trust to pay back the loan that you give them. That's why the institutions don't give them. But they're not giving them because they are black. They're giving them because they are unable to pay back their loans.
So wewe mwenyewe hapa comfortably to that black people majority are on food stamps. Wamesema majority.
Bro.
Not majority
of black people are on food stamps. Are on welfare. Welfare and food stamps.
Self-hate than anything.
I'm not a black person in America. Why would I hate them?
See, you are a black person.
But if Mwaf, if majority of the black people in America are on food stamps and on welfare, where does your argument go?
Not majority of black people.
Yeah, I'm saying, let's assume that is the truth.
Yes, it's not the truth. The truth
let's assume it is.
Majority of people on food stamps are black people. That can be true. But say majority of black people are on food stamps.
If you look at food stamps by races, you look at welfare.
Yes.
The black person. You can Google that. Because hizo zinatoka kwa the results tunazijua. They are coming from recognized institutions.
Okay, acha niangalie food stamps by nini.
Ukiangalia single motherhood pia blacks wako on the top.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
Yeah, single nini hiyo inajulikana.
So single parent homes have less income than two parent homes. True or not true?
Yes.
So meaning two parent homes can pay back loans better than single parent homes. 90%, or not 90%, many of the women who are single mothers are on food stamps.
Okay, this is interesting. Uzuri when you may bring up SNAP. I think your SNAP be your food stamps, eh? SNAP like what race is the most on food stamps? Because non-Hispanic white people accounted for 44.6% of adult SNAP residents and 31% of child recipients. About 27% of both adult and child recipients were black. Then Hispanic people who can be of any race accounted for 21.9%.
Nice.
So, sisi ni 27%.
Blacks, nyinyi wasoti. You're the most violent and you're the most emotional mmerezo na mama zenyu. Kwa maana nyumba zenyu zimesota. But you should see how some of those black people live. They live worse than us. Now for America, country of possibilities. A country where you can go to Chipotle and get paid $18 an hour.
Yeah. So na understand, make it kimoja mlikuwa makajao ama brother zetu. Because mimi bado mwanachukua kwa brother zetu. One thing that I'd want them to do see the world. I feel like American education is very limited, where you end up thinking all you can do succeed in sports na art. So kama education, science nini hawakuagi as active as. Unapata kama Nigerians wanaenda huko wana dominate, Wahindi wanaenda wana dominate, nini wana dominate. But still, siwezi sema that you can go around this world without understanding that you're a black man. That
is nonsense.
Move around Texas, not realizing you're black is to be very naive.
Mwaf, when I was in Austin, I used to go play pool at a certain pool hall. Your pool hall, Imeja white. There's only one other black guy there.
Yes.
But bro, and it's a pool hall that has 26 tables. 26 tables.
Yeah.
There was only one black guy there. I was the second black guy there. I never felt uncomfortable. I never felt like I needed to. I never felt that racism that you talk about. In fact, me and the guy who used to register us, we used to crack Shaka Zulu jokes.
Yes.
Together.
Yeah.
Because that's how free we are. In Texas, Austin, I would drive to the time when I would feel pressure, nikienda somewhere labda naenda kuweka mafuta kwa petrol station area ya blacks. Hapo ndio nasikia njeve, najua hapa anything can happen.
Yeah.
But place kuna whites, I never felt that pressure.
Yeah. So what has happened? Were they rich neighborhoods or poor neighborhoods?
Which ones? Where I was staying?
Those are my blacks.
No, blacks are rich neighborhoods.
That's nakwambia.
Wapi, watu wa wapi?
You nakwambia disenfranchisement.
When a black man when a black man gets money, what does he do? The first thing he does is what? No, he moves to a white neighborhood. The first thing a black man does when he gets money, move out from that puny neighborhood is to the white neighborhoods. That's why there's safety. Yeah, that's why people are not looking through your fence. The first thing a black person does when they get money is move out of the black neighborhood into a white neighborhood. That is standard in Ajulikana. Why?
Because kutakuwa na better schools, na kutakuwa na better safety.
Everything is better on that side. This is chaos.
Na hii chaos ni juu ya poverty.
Ni juu nyinyi ni mapunis.
Ni juu ya poverty.
You are punis now. How long will it take Kenya before we get out of colonialism?
Skiza. Counter argument yangu would be Atlanta. Atlanta ni majority black, yes, and it's run by black people. It's one of the most successful cities in America. True or false? Inaitwa the America's Wakanda.
No, it's not run by black people.
Ushendaga ATL.
It's not run by black people.
Ile time nilikuwa ulienda ATL.
But it's not run by black people.
ATL unge notice jo. Unatembeaga, it's one of the few places in states ile nilitembea na
feel kama majority wa black.
Tuko wengi. ATL, the city itself, like every two people ni mmoja wetu jo. Like go home, Jonas go home. Nacheki. This see wa Kenya but my blacks wako wengi kabisa.
What do you mean mmoja wetu?
Like
those people are not your people, bro.
They are still my people, man.
Ulitolana wapi?
Nikiwa place yote. Nikiwa place yote in this world. The first thing was naga kabla niongee ni ingos. Na ingos yetu wangeko judged kabisa
victim.
Before to okay. It's a victim. In reality,
you still have it. Even as successful as you've been with this podcast, you're still carrying around the badge of victimhood.
It's not victimhood.
But every time I go somewhere, people see me as black before I open my mouth. No, you are seeing yourself as black.
The self-awareness.
So you're seeing yourself as black, so you're countering whatever it is you think they're seeing in you. Stop living in your imagination, Mwaf.
So wewe unafikiria tu anakuona kama Kibe, a man of character.
Does it matter what they see?
does not matter.
Wewe uko confident. Sasa wewe kila saa ukienda unaanza kuna watu wanakuchukuliaje aje? What are you talking about? Of course serious.
See,
your point makes sense.
Well, lazima tunene. So,
black people in America, let me just put that statement out there so you guys can understand. As long as you carry victimhood, it doesn't matter where you go. If you go to America today with that victim mentality, utajipata uko place ma blacks wako na victim mentality. If you carry that shit, you go to Tanzania, you'll find people who are victim mentality na mukai na hao. There is nothing like racism. It doesn't exist. That's a lie. It doesn't exist. You see now, you are by definition a racist.
Okay.
Yeah, because for you are seeing your color of your skin. So you're not seeing merit. You're not seeing possibilities. You are seeing first things first. Whatever it is these guys are doing to me is because of the color of my skin. But if you take that away, then you're free to be anything.
Okay, wacha nikuulize. Vile ulikuwa States, ulisikia mtu yote ameitwa European American?
Hapana.
But ulisikia African American?
Yes, many times.
How my blacks, are they African in any way?
I thought you said your brothers.
They are masters.
When
racism exists.
They're not my brothers. They can be called anything that they want.
Family yake, lineage yake yote ni America for 400 years. But anaitwa African American. That means
what is the name of your great grandfather?
Yeah? Of course Jew.
So 400 years imetoka hapo. 400 years imetoka hapo.
400 years ni kukwambia like no matter how long wameishi your country, they'll never be fully American.
You want to tell me, Mwaf? You want to tell me someone like George or the countless Kenyans who've gone there and have naturalized and have made it in that country from zero. Some people landed there with $5 and now they are millionaires, multi-millionaires. They made it in the same country that Jeff Bezos.
Of course,
Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk came from South Africa with nothing.
Elon iko na ngozi wewe. Wacha mambo ya ngozi.
Do you know who the richest man in America, the black America?
Richest black America? Says you. None.
As opinions of
richest African ni
No, richest black American. How much do you
think? But najua mabilionaires kadhaa najua ni akina Oprah, Tyler Perry, sasa ndio watu wa Wall Street, ma blacks wako huko.
But you assume there must be one.
Yes, wako. Watu wa sports mabilionaire, I think LeBron na nani pia si billionaire anaitwa Jordan. Yes.
So it's possible to come from zero.
Jay-Z, Rihanna. Yes, it's possible.
Now imagine a 46-year-old man travels from Kenya, 0 shillings, goes all the way to America, sits there, does his podcast. In 2.5 years, he's able not only to afford a Mercedes-Benz, but a good life. In the same country where people are talking about 400 years. So if you look at the 400 years, then you're a victim. If you look at the possibilities that America is offering you today, then
yes.
But as long as you won't look back, then you look back. But okay, there's nothing happening there.
Two things can be true. Two things can be true. Is America the land of opportunities? Yes, it is. And I keep saying that. Yes, it is. But it is also the same country as a black person.
You went to America? You went to America?
Yes. Nilienda places kadhaa. Nilikuwa Texas yenyewe. Nilienda
Colorado.
Nilienda Colorado. I was always with someone, so I could feel some sort of way.
So have you ever experienced racism?
I wouldn't say I've experienced it. But the way natembea as an African, tunakuwa na a certain level of submissiveness that makes us look less of a threat than say.
Where? Talk about yourself. Maybe sina hiyo submissiveness yako. You were the one who had a problem of seeing white skin. So as long as you saw white skin, ukakuwa kuntakinte.
Sikuwa na shida.
Yes, master. I didn't see.
Sikuwa na shida ya ngozi wewe kwenda huko. Mimi kile nasema ni
wewe umepandikwa ngoso.
Unajua
ukiona ngoso unapanic unasema oh my god, ngoso is more intelligent, more rich and nini. That's why you kiss us.
Yoni hapo.
What's the difference between a white person and a black person?
You went to a right-wing podcast. Right-wing podcast zinakuwa mostly ushasikia this statement inakuwa ni not all Trump supporters are racist, but all racists are Trump supporters. You've heard that statement.
That's bullshit statement.
It's a very factual statement. Kumbuka,
stop bullshitting me.
Kwa nini wasona rushwa nje na Trump? Ushasikia mswa Brito amerushwa El Salvador.
Who? Okay.
Have you heard a white?
Let's discuss things we know.
Yeah.
Who deported more people in the first few months of office? Between Bush, Obama, Biden, and Trump.
But
ukipata hiyo, then I don't think you have the depth to talk about someone like Trump.
I have.
No,
I have.
you don't.
I think
because you've already taken a
position. I think he's a moron.
You've taken a position, so we can't have a real conversation because you've already taken a position.
How is the economy doing? The American economy now?
It's beautiful.
It's not. It's tanking.
Let's talk about this. Mwaf, forget about this. We don't know anything. Me and you are idiots when it comes to this.
Yes.
Tunajua kaa kupinyana, hiyo mnajua. So there's a Trump, mimi na wewe tujui.
Yes.
Let's talk about things that both of us know. This one we have no fucking clue. Yeah. You and I have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, what did Obama remove more non-citizens from the US than any other president?
Use the word deportation.
Yes. Okay. So Obama deport was kibao. Okay. So
your point yako ilikuwa ni dot juu ya Mavi, erase that. The next point.
I dot juu ya Mavi.
So kwa Obama juu ya Trump na vile
El Salvador.
But Barack alitupa watu wengi kuliko Trump.
Alikuwa anarudisha kwao.
It doesn't matter. Toka kwa nyumba yangu, I will find a place for you if your country doesn't want you. Yeah, it's simple. I mean, you're a president, right?
Okay.
Give him that at least. Him protecting his own house. Give him that.
But can we give him him being good for the economy? He's not.
He's absolutely. In fact,
he's been very good.
In fact, the next 3 and something years are going to be the greatest years Americans have ever had. They are wonderful years. Trump is actually the right person for the job.
Okay.
He's so good. He reminds me of the time, you know, Mwaf and gay game Jews. Tulikuwa tunacheza game inaitwa Spaces on Twitter.
Yes.
So Twitter, when we were doing the Spaces, I'm one of the first guys in Kenya to start Spaces. I think I was the first.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I was the first. Nobody had caught up with that shit. But at the time, because Twitter was owned by these radical feminists, the ones that you love so much, these lesbians. So every time you open a podcast or a space, and they know there's a man speaking, then they would rush and they would come together and they would go report you. And then they would bring down your channel. So my channel was brought down many times. Because of spaces of people talking.
Yeah.
The best thing that ever happened to us was Elon Musk buying Twitter.
Okay, you're Jakarta. Yeah. It's also
now whenever I see Elon Musk standing next to Donald Trump, I know everything is right with that. These two people are going to take us where we need to go. Okay. Tungewacha Kamala inge hiyo place by now watu tumevinywa mbaya.
Nime Google Gina recession. Alafu Washington Post 7 hours ago is only one with the US avoids a recession. Business Insider. Here's why 4 top economists say a recession is now likely. Forbes. Apollo says 90% chance of voluntary recession. Nacheki, heavily impacting small businesses. Nacheki. So that's how alafu sasa IMF wamesema no global recession. So recession itakuwa tu America peke yake. So that shows you how these guys don't good for the economy. Yeah, nini? Amefanya dollar saizi ni weak. Good. Dollar ni weak.
I don't think we have enough information to have that discussion.
I feel kama tuko na enough.
You've already taken a position.
So, I've taken a position.
So there is no discussion.
Based on he was the first day with
2 minutes.
Yes.
See this? Space.
Oh, space mission. Then okay.
So let's wind up.
But you just
so tumemaliza.
Wacha tu ni copy ni moja alafu tumalizie. You can just sign out.